Hey Crave Online, this is Becky and I am here with Cliffy B. I don't care what he says, his name is Cliffy B and we'll always...
I retired that name, Becky.
I don't care.
This interview's over.
I don't care, you're interviewing with me, so it's Cliffy B.
Well, in that outfit you can call me whatever you want.
Aw, I feel so special. Okay, anyway, we're here to talk about a video game, and that video game, two video games actually.
Yes.
We've got Gears of War and we're on Gears of War 3 right now.
So we're at Comic-Con right here. We got Gears of War 3 playing right behind us. We got Beast Mode. We got a lineup here. Everybody can actually be hands-on with the game for first time, right? And then Bulletstorm's coming up from Electronic Arts. That's our kind of over-the-top, like Duke Nukem meets Firefly / Serenity first-person shooter. It's a blast.
Very cool. I've seen a lot of Bulletstorm. What is the premise behind Bulletstorm?
So Bulletstorm's this game that really kind of allows you to play with your enemies, kind of like a cat plays with a mouse or like a fat kid plays with cake, right? And you know, you can shoot people and that's cool. We like to shoot people in video games, but more importantly, you have a leash that allows you to pull enemies towards you. You can kick them away from you, you can slide, and it's like the burnout of shooters. The more cool stuff you do, the more points you get, the more cool stuff you can unlock. It's a ton of fun, it's over the top, it's pulpy, and it's a blast.
Awesome. Now we're on Gears of War 3. What is the biggest hurdle when going into yet another sequel when doing games?
Making sequels is extremely hard, right? Because you're competing with yourself when you make a sequel. It's like you're competing with the memory of a lost loved one with the previous game. Everybody loves Gears 1, everybody loved Gears 2. Our online launch was a little bit rocky, so now we have to come in with Gears 3 and hit 3 times as hard to prove to everybody that we're an amazing online shooter with a lot of depth, a lot of gameplay, and a lot of fun moments.
What is the difference? Like, what's the main addition to Gears of War 3?
Beast Mode's the first biggest thing, right? Horde Mode will be back. Everybody loves Horde, but we're not talking about that right now. We got great new moments in the campaign. We've released a little bit of tidbits about that with kind of the Ashes to Ashes trailer that came out. I mean, right now we're at a point where you have to start hyping your game like a year and a half in advance. You look at the Tron stuff that's come out, and they're like 2 years at Comic-Con plugging that, right? You got to build the hype. You got to be steady with it. You know, we announced Ice-T's in the game. We announced Drake's in the game. We're also doing the Carmine campaign. I don't know if you heard about that. The fate of Carmine will be decided by the fans. Depending on how many t-shirts you buy, either Carmine Must Die or Save Carmine, he will actually live or die, and the proceeds go to Child's Play charity.
Very cool. That's awesome. So we're at Comic-Con. What's your favorite part of just being at the convention?
I like the sweat. There's like a nice kind of like tannin-filled sweat that kind of comes in by day 3. It's just drenched with it.
Yeah, with the whole sweat thing. It's not really humid outside, but it's humid in here. It sort of makes you wonder.
Yeah, it's hormones, it's sweat, and it's pure unadulterated nerd love.
Yes, and that's the love we love.
Absolutely, it's the best kind of love.
Look, I found my Mr. J! A staple at Comic-Con and one of my favorite booths is Sideshow Collectibles. And I'm here with Brant, who's going to tell us a little bit about the newest items they have here at Sideshow. So Brant, tell us what we're looking at over here.
We are here with the beautiful blue Natiri, our first Navi piece from Avatar. And this has been a piece we've been working on for quite a while, starting with the digital model that Lightstorm provided from the actual filming with all the musculature and framing and everything. So we're pretty proud of what we've been able to capture of her grace and sleekness and kind of ethereal beauty she's got. And it's a killer statue in the $275 kind of price, and it's up for order at SideshowCollectibles.com.
Very nice. Now, what is the production like for something like this? How does it all come about?
Well, this one's a little unique. We start with the digital piece, and it goes through rounds of posing and kind of refinement as we get all the shaping and exactly where we want it. Output, and then a lot of our traditional sculptors go hands-on, kind of refining and shaping, getting everything just exactly right before it goes into paint, and then ultimately out to the factories to be produced in a limited run of, usually 500,000 pieces, something in that neighborhood. So similarly, we did Optimus Prime as a digital sculpture, and we started with the file from ILM, from the movie, and it was over 30,000 pieces. So this was about a 15-month odyssey for Adam Ross, who sculpted the piece for us by taking that digital mile, posing it, and starting to collapse down all those parts so that all those little slidey, shifty bits and pieces got physically sound, where it could be a physical molded piece and then cast in polystone and other materials as product. So over 6 months, 30,000 came to 11,000, and then over 6 months, 11,000 came down to finally, in the end, 150 pieces.
So now this is a very large piece, larger than a lot of them. What are the specs on this?
Yeah, it's a big boy. He's a little over 2 feet tall. He'll have switch-out hands with blasters or swords or just fists. And it'll be a lot of different materials to get all the weight and balance right in the look. Metal, fiberglass, a little bit in the base, polystone. And ultimately, we're not exactly sure what the retail is going to be. It's probably in the $1,000 neighborhood. But we'll have this up for pre-order soon, too, at SideshowCollectibles.com. Well, this is Black Cat, our favorite villainess heroine from Spider-Man series. Definitely femme fatale. And this piece was done sculpturally by Andy Bergholtz, a magnificent sculptor who really invested a lot of his own, I think, favorite bits about Black Cat into the sculpture. And other fabricators at Sideshow, Tim Hansen, among them did the costuming, which was really a challenge because you got to get all those sleek curves just form-fitted exactly right. And costuming, is, as you clearly know, is definitely what makes or breaks and sells the piece. And in the scale, we can really do a lot to capture the detail, the zipper, and just get it to lay just right. So all of her black bits are truly fabric. All the white and other bits are sculpted, and together it's a nice, very realistic impression of Black Cat.
Somebody that I definitely would love to meet in real life, Miss Black Cat. So that's it for Sideshow Collectibles. Now, guys, I know that they look big, I know they sound pricey, but I own a few myself, and let me tell you right now, Sideshow Collectibles own up to what they talk about. They're fantastic, and it's something that you will have in your collection forever.